Another day, another trip to the gym. And you know what? Today wasn't a bad day. It wasn't some incredible, life-changing day either. It was just a day. And sometimes I think we forget that most of life is exactly that. It's not always going to be some huge victory. It's not always going to be some terrible struggle. Most days are somewhere in the middle. You wake up, you handle your responsibilities, you deal with whatever comes your way. You try to take care of yourself, and then you do it all over again tomorrow. But here's something I've learned about myself. I'm an optimist. That's just how I choose to move through life. Not because I think everything is perfect. Trust me, life will remind you real quick that you don't control everything. You don't control what somebody else says. You don't control what somebody else does. You don't control every problem that shows up. You don't control traffic. You don't control somebody else's attitude. You don't control whether everything goes according to your plan. And sometimes you don't even control what kind of day is waiting for you when you wake up. But there is one person in that environment that I have a whole lot more control over. Me. I control what I bring into it. I control how I respond. I control whether I allow somebody else's bad attitude to become mine. I control whether one frustrating moment gets permission to ruin the next 8 hours. And I've decided something. As much as possible, I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing joy. Now, don't misunderstand me. Choosing happiness doesn't mean you're going to walk around smiling every second of every day. That's not real life. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get angry. You're going to get disappointed. You're going to have moments when somebody gets on your last nerve. That's being human. Choosing peace doesn't mean pretending those emotions don't exist. It means deciding how long you're going to let them live rent-free in your head. That's different. And the older I get, the more valuable peace becomes to me. I don't need to win every argument. I don't need everybody to agree with me. I don't need to respond to every little thing. And I definitely don't need to carry somebody else's negativity around for the rest of my day. That's heavy. And I'm already carrying enough weight around here, literally. That's why I'm in the gym. But seriously, protecting your peace is part of taking care of yourself too. We talk about health and immediately think about weight, exercise, food, cardio, strength, and all of those things matter. That's part of why I'm here. But your mindset matters too. Your emotional health matters. Your stress matters. The environment you create around yourself matters. And while you may not be able to control the entire environment, you can decide what you contribute to it. That's powerful. If I walk into a room where everybody is negative, I don't have to add another negative voice. If somebody is having a bad day, I don't automatically have to have one with them. I can listen, I can understand, I can help when I can. But I don't have to surrender my peace, and that doesn't mean I don't care. Actually, sometimes being calm is exactly how you help, because somebody has to stop adding fuel to the fire. Why not me? That's something I try to carry into different parts of my life. I can't control every outcome, but I can control my effort. I can control my attitude. I can control how I treat people. I can control whether I show up, and I can control what I do next. That last one is important. What do I do next? Because sometimes we spend so much energy wishing something hadn't happened that we forget we're still responsible for what happens next. Something went wrong? Okay. What do I do next? Somebody disappointed me? Okay, what do I do next? I made a mistake? Okay. What do I do next? Yesterday wasn't my best day? Okay. What do I do today? That's where your power is. Not in changing what already happened, in deciding what happens next. And today, part of my next was coming here. Another workout, another day of putting some effort into my health. Nothing dramatic, no giant breakthrough, no motivational movie soundtrack playing when I walk through the door. Just consistency, and I'm starting to appreciate these ordinary days, because ordinary days are where life actually happens. We love celebrating milestones, and we should. But you're not going to hit a milestone every Tuesday. Sometimes Tuesday is just Tuesday. And Tuesday still matters. You still have an opportunity to do something good with it. You can move your body. You can call somebody you love. You can learn something. You can work toward a goal. You can laugh. You can't always control the environment, but you can control the person you're bringing into that environment. And that person is you. Train smart. Stay ready.